I want to perform addition operation. What is this addition? That is nothing but plus symbol or plus operator. When I'm having only one operand, then it is termed as unary operator. If I want to perform any mathematical operations, in that time I can make use of arithmetic operators. It's mainly used to define the relationship that exists between two constants. Hello to all, a warm welcome to my new session on C operators and expressions. I'm Revati from the Department of Computer Science, Vidhyaashram, First Grade College, Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. Before going to start my today's session, let me to recall the things what I covered in my last session. So dear student, in my last session, I have discussed regarding reading a character and how to write a character. Along with that, I have covered formatted input as well as formatted output. Now, in my today's session, I'm going to deal with new chapter, that is C operators as well as expressions. Under that, I'm going to deal with arithmetic operators, relational operators, logical operators, as well as assignment operators, increment operators and decrement operators, bitwise operators, as well as conditional operators. These are the topic I'm going to deal in my today's session. Now, let's see what is operator. So, dear student, please remember that operators are nothing but the symbols. Any symbol, I can able to call it as an operator. So, an operator is a symbol that tells the compiler to perform specific mathematical or logical manipulation. So, what is an operator? Here, operators are nothing but the symbols, and the job of the compiler is to perform specific mathematical or logical operations. So, if I consider C program, I'm going to have rich number of operators. They are arithmetic operator, relational operator, logical operator, unary operator, conditional operator, bitwise operator, assignment operator and other operators. So, dear student, please make a note here that from the examination point of view, this is very important topic. You can expect one question from this topic. So, what is an operator? Here, operators are nothing but the symbols, and it tells the compiler about which operation want to perform, either mathematical or logical or relational or bitwise operation. Now, tell me student, where I'm going to place the operator and what is the use of operator. For example, I have 10 and 20. Think that I want to perform addition operation. What is this addition? That is nothing but plus symbol or plus operator. And where I'm going to place the plus operator? Between 10 and 20. And this kind of representations are called binary. So, I'm having two operands. Between, I'm going to place the operator. So, this is my first operand and this is my second operand, and I'm going to place the operator. And I'm going to have unary operator. So, what is this unary operator? For example, if I write 10 plus plus, then this kind of use is called unary operator. That means I'm going to have only one operand. Along with that, I'm going to have the operator. So here operators are categorized into two types, unary operator and binary operator. So here I'm going to have the unary operator. So unary means what? It is nothing but one operand. When I'm having only one operand, then it is termed as unary operator, and they are evaluated before any other operation containing them get evaluated. That means at the beginning itself, I'm going to evaluate or I'm going to perform the operations, and these are the example for unary operator. That is, I'm going to have the logical not, address operator, tilde symbol, that is nothing but the complements, then pointer, unary plus, increment, unary negation, then decrement. These are the example for unary operator. So what is this logical not? For example, if I want to take the complements, okay, for example, if the condition is true, then logical operator is going to give the false result. And if I want to get the address of the operand, then I can able to use address operator. Along with that, I can able to take the complements. So what is this complement? If I'm going to have 1, that should be written as 0, and 0 it's written as 1. So it is complementing each other, and these are the example for unary operator. Now if I consider increment operator, I'm going to have pre-increment. Now, increment operator is used to increasing the value of an integer by 1 by replacing or by representing plus plus. Instead of writing a equal to a plus 1, I can able to write plus plus. This is the example for unary operator. So, only one operand I'm going to have. Now, if I consider decrement operator is used to decrease the value of an integer by 1. Suppose if I want to decrease the value of any number by 1, in that situation, I can able to use decrement operator. So here, instead of writing a equal to a minus 1, for example, a is 10 minus 1. Directly, I can able to write a minus minus. So, this is nothing but the increment operator as well as decrement operator. Moving further, I'm going to have the binary operator. So, what is binary operator? Here, I can able to have two operands, and I'm going to place the operator between two operand. Under binary operators, I'm going to have arithmetic operator. So what is this arithmetic operator? And what is the need of arithmetic operator? Dear student, if I want to perform any arithmetic operations in my program, then I'm going to make use of arithmetic operators. And what are the arithmetic operators I can able to have in my program? That is plus operator, minus operator, star. Star is nothing but the multiplication, and I'm going to have the division. I'm going to get the two possibility, quotient as well as remainder, and there are certain time I want to get the remainder. In that situation, I'm going to use modulus operator, and this is all about binary operator. Under that, I'm going to have the arithmetic operator. So what is this arithmetic operation? There is nothing but if I want to perform any mathematical operations, in that time I can make use of arithmetic operators. And what are the possible arithmetic operators I'm going to have here? That is addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and modulus. So dear student, this is all about arithmetic operator. So what are the arithmetic operators? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, as well as modulus. Moving further, I'm going to have the relational operators. Now tell me, what is the need of relational operators? Here relational operators are nothing but it is mainly used to give the relationship between two variables. So the relational operators is used to comparing two operands given in expression. So here relational operators are mainly used to compare two variables, or it's mainly used to compare the relationship between two variables. They define the relationship that exists between two constants. So it is mainly used to define the relationship that exists between two constants. And what are the value I can able to expect here? That is nothing but true and false. So what is the meaning of true result? That is nothing but if both the variables relationships are same, in that time I'm going to get the true result. And if both the relationships are not equal or not same, in that time I'm going to get the result false. Now these are the some of the example for relational operators. What are the different kinds of relational operators I'm going to have here? That is less than, and I'm going to have less than or equal, and I'm going to have greater than or equal. So dear student, let me to consider simple example that I'm going to have the value 10 and 20. 10 and 20. Now I want to check if 20 is less than 10. So I'm going to have the two possibility. Either I can able to get true value or false. And same way I can able to use less than or equal, and even I can able to use less than or greater than symbol. So what is this greater than? I'm going to check if 20 greater than 10, and once again I'm going to have 20 greater than or equal to 10. So it is greater than or equal to 10, and then I'm going to have equal operator. So what is the need of equal operator here? That means if I want to check the relationship between two variables, there is nothing but both the variables are equal or not, in that time I can make use of equal operator. Along with that, I can able to make use of not equal operator. And these are the example for relational operator. Now moving further, I'm going to have logical operator. So what is this logical operator? Suppose if I want to perform any logical operations, in that time I can able to make use of logical operators. So what is this logical operator? Here logical operators are used to testing more than one condition and make decision. Some of the logical operators are logical and, logical or, and logical not. Now see here, I'm going to have the example. Now I want to check, okay, if A and B, I want to check the condition. It's mainly used to test more than one condition. For example, say I'm going to have 10 and if I consider another variable, I'm going to have 20. And I want to check both A and B are true. Okay, A and B are equal. So and means what? It's nothing but logical and. And if I consider truth table for logical and, okay, I'm going to have two variables A and B, and I'm going to have the output. Okay, now I'm going to have the possibility I can able to have both 0, that's nothing but both false value, and I can able to have another option or another choice 0 1 1 0 and 1 1. Now dear student, here 0 is nothing but false condition and 1 is nothing but true, and this logic gate is going to work based on the values. Okay, and if my both the values are false, then I'm going to get the false output, and if any one values is true, then I'm going to get false output, and I'm going to get true output only when my both the inputs are true, then I'm going to get the true output. This is all about logic. And if I consider logical OR, I can able to get the true result if any one of the input is true. If any one of the input is true, I'm going to get true output in my logical OR gate. But if I consider logical AND, my both the inputs must be true, then only my output is true. But if I go with logical OR and any one of my input is true, then I'm going to get the true output, or I'm going to get the high output. And what about logical NOT? It's just complements. When I'm having true input, my output is false. When I'm having false input and my output is true. So it is just complement or negation. Now I'm going to have the bitwise operator. So a bitwise operator works on bit and performs bit by bit operation. So what is the bitwise operator? It's going to perform the operations based on the bit. There's nothing but bit by bit. And bitwise operators used in bit level programming. That means, suppose if I want to perform any right shift or left shift, okay, in that time I can make use of bitwise operator. And I'm going to have the operators like AND, OR, and XOR. So dear student, it is nothing but the bitwise AND, bitwise OR and bitwise XOR. So binary AND operators copies a bit to the result if it exit in both the operands. Now my A value is 0 and B is 12, and how I'm going to represent that is in the form of 0 0 0 and 12 is nothing but 1 1 0 0. Now dear student, I'm going to have the second type of bitwise operator, that is OR. That is nothing but the binary OR operator, and it's going to perform same as logical OR operator. And how to represent? A or B. And if I consider binary XOR operator, then how I'm going to represent? A XOR B. So the binary XOR operator copies the bit if it is set in one operand but not in both. It is going to copy the bits and it's going to consider only one bit, and all the input must be present at that bit. So binary XOR operator copies the bit if it is set in one of operand. If it is set in one of operand but not in both. Okay, these are the example for bitwise operators. So dear student, moving further, I'm going to have binary ones complement. So what is this binary ones complement? That is nothing but the complement of a given number. And here I have 60. So what I'm going to do, first I'm going to find the binary equivalent of this 60. After that, I'm going to take the complements of that. That means I'm going to write 0 to 1 and 1 to 0. And I'm going to have the binary left shift as well as binary right shift. If I want to perform any shifting operations toward left, then I'm going to have binary left shift operator. And once again, another type, I'm going to have binary right operator. So I'm going to shift towards right. Okay, this is all about bitwise operators. Now I'm going to have the assignment operators. So what is this assignment? That is nothing but equal symbol, and these operators are known as assignment operators. And this operator assigns the value on the right side to the left side. So this operator always assigns the values on the right side to the left side, and this is the example here. So equal A equal B. So I'm going to assign the value which is present in B to A. So it is A plus equal B, that is A equal to A plus B. So A minus equal B, that is A equal to A minus B, and it is going to continue. So I'm going to have assignment operator, and I can able to use these operators with all the arithmetic operators, with all the relational operators. Along with that, I can able to use assignment operators with bitwise operators. So dear student, moving further, I'm going to have the conditional operator. So what is this conditional operators? That is nothing but question mark and colon together called conditional operator. So a ternary operators are called conditional operator. So what is this ternary operator? That is nothing but question mark and colon together called conditional operators. And I'm going to have the syntax here. At the beginning, I'm going to have the expression question mark, and I'm going to have the second expression, and colon, I'm going to have the third expression. If this expression is true, return this one, else return this result. For example, think that here I have the example A equal to 10 and B equal to 5. So I'm going to write A greater than B. If this condition is true, then A is going to return 10, and if this condition is false, then it is going to return B. There is nothing but 5. So the operator question mark equal works as follows. That means if the expression 1 is evaluated first, if that true, then the expression 2 is evaluated and becomes the value of the expression. If expression 1 is false, then expression 3 is evaluated. So I can able to compare 3 expressions. For that reason, it is called ternary operator. Moving further, I'm going to have the precedence of operator. If I consider any expression evaluation, then I want to consider the precedence. So to evaluate any given expression, I have to consider the precedence of operator. So an expression is a combination of opcode and operator. So what is an expression here? It's nothing but combination of opcode and operator. For example, A plus B minus C. This is the example for an expression. So it is nothing but the combination of operators as well as operands. So the operators would be arithmetic or logical or relational, etc. Operators may be arithmetic operators or logical operators or arithmetic or relational operators. So if the expression contains multiple operators, then order of the operation carried out is called precedence. For example, if I have A plus B, then I can directly perform expression evaluation, or I can able to evaluate this expression. And if I have like this, then I want to consider the precedence of the operator. Simply, I cannot able to evaluate expression. Okay, because here I'm having multiple operators in my expression. In that time, what I want to do, I want to consider the precedence. So the operators with highest precedence appears at the top. That means if I consider this expression, always multiplication symbol is going to have highest precedence, and this symbol is going to appear at the top or at the beginning. And if I consider next operators, that is plus and minus, will have same precedence. For that reason, in the next line, I'm going to get plus and minus. Now I'm going to have the table which is related to the precedence of operators. And if I consider postfix expression, in that I can able to have the operators like opening, closing parenthesis, square, brace, then arrow, dot, plus, plus, minus. In that situation, I want to consider left to right. And unary operators like equal, minus, not. Okay, in that time, I want to perform right to left valuation. And if I want to consider multiplicative, then left to right. So this is the hierarchy of the precedence. So at the beginning, I want to consider postfix operators, then unary operators, multiplicative operators, then addition, shift. Okay, now see, almost all the operators are going to work. That is, I'm going to consider from left to right, and only for few situations I'm going to consider right to left. That is, in my unary operator, I'm going to evaluate right to left, and in my conditional operator, I'm going to evaluate right to left, and in my assignment operator, I'm going to evaluate right to left. And in my rest of the operators, I'm going to evaluate left to right. Moving further, I'm going to have the type conversion. So what is this type conversion? There are certain situations I want to convert the type of data. So converting an expression of a given type into another type. For example, think that I have 10. But I want to convert this 10 to floating point, that is 10.00. And this is known as typecasting. So converting an expression of a given type into another type is known as typecasting or type conversion. And there are two types of type conversion, that is implicit type conversion and explicit type conversion. So what is this implicit type conversion? Implicit type conversions do not require any operator. So here I'm not going to use any operator and automatically it's going to perform the conversion. So they are automatically performed when a value is copied to a compatible type. The C compiler will explicitly convert or promote values if it can be done safely. So here the C compiler is responsible for converting the values implicitly and it does not generate any warning. So this is the example. I have short a equal to 2000 and I'm going to have int b. So b is nothing but integer type and I want to convert this short to integer. So I'm going to write b equal to a. That means I'm going to convert short to integer and this kind of conversion is known as implicit conversion. Then I'm going to have the explicit type conversion and here C is strongly typed programming language and here we can able to convert the type from one type to another. So I can able to explicitly convert the type. So this is the example here. Now I'm going to have short a equal to 2000 and another data type int b. Now I'm going to convert, that means forcefully I'm going to convert short to int. So here forcefully once again I'm going to convert short to integer. For that reason here I'm going to write int. But if I go with the previous example, the compiler itself is going to convert the types. But here manually I'm going to convert the type and this kind of conversions are known as explicit conversion. So dear student, in my today's session, I started with C operators along with the expressions and I hope you got more information about the different types of operators comes under C program. In my next session, I'm going to deal with control structure. Let's meet in the next session with more information about control structure. Until that, keep watching and keep learning. Thank you.